Okay, what is going on, everybody? What is up? Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to a new streaming day. Today is a double stream day. Welcome to my first of 2 gaming streams, which is, ladies and gentlemen, the big premiere of... Super Mario Sunshine on the Nintendo GameCube. That is right. A game playthrough. Literally around 6 months in the making. Okay. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gents. First of all, I am Darkside Phil. Welcome to my first of 2 gameplay streams for today. If you were not looking for me or my stream, you may be in the wrong place, in which case you may want to take a look in the mirror and say, what am I doing here? What's happening? Where am I, and where am I going with my life that I'm here on a Super Mario Sunshine stream? So, welcome everyone. Yes, Super Mario Sunshine. This playthrough. First of all, people have asked me to play Super Mario Sunshine for years. They actually have. It's always been a game that's kind of been in the running as a playthrough that I should do. For those who are not aware, I never played this game. In fact, I did not own a Nintendo GameCube during the time when it was popular at all. In fact, that was an era of console gaming that I completely missed out on. That whole late PS1, PS2, GameCube era. And early Xbox as well. The early Xbox era. I was very, very busy with, number one, college, and then trying to find a job right after college, and then, while all that was going on, basically being a huge fan and aficionado of competitive Street Fighter, to the point where that was the era of my life. I'd say probably the years like 1999, 2000 through 2007 were the years where I was traveling constantly. I went all around the country. I went from anywhere in the New England area where I lived. I lived in Connecticut, so I would go to New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island. I believe, actually, one time I went to New Hampshire, and then heading south, Virginia, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and then the Midwest, Chicago, places like that, and then West Coast, California, Vegas. I went to all those states playing competitive Street Fighter, and that was the era when competitive Street Fighter was very grassroots. It wasn't like you could make a lot of money doing it or anything like that. It was more for the love of the game. So pretty much all of my free time and money was spent doing that. I didn't have any money or anything to get into console gaming at the time. So outside of owning the console versions of the popular Street Fighter games, I never really was into any of this stuff. And so I missed out on a ridiculous amount of great high-profile games on both the PS2, the Nintendo GameCube, and the original Xbox. It wasn't actually until mid to late 2007 that I decided to try to get back into console gaming and get caught up. But at that point, what was I going to do? Buy a GameCube and play 5-6 years of games that I'd missed out on? No, of course not. So quite frankly, I never really experienced an entire generation of games that a lot of people have grown up with, right? That grew up with and felt, oh man, these games are awesome, and this is a game from my childhood, and I want to see Phil play it. I've never even seen or experienced these games, so it's pretty crazy that now I can do that. So just to give you guys some a little bit of reference here. Originally, Super Mario Sunshine was supposed to be a Patron's Choice playthrough from back in the fall. Patrons pledged enough, in 1 month to hit a goal on Patreon.com. Then they nominated and voted on games, and this ended up being the game that won. But I said, this doesn't make any sense. I'm already playing 2 Mario games in the fall. Let me, hold this off until I have some time, downtime coming up in order to play the game. So it worked out. It actually worked out because right now I have 2 days, and then in February I'm going to have a significant amount of slower time where I'll be able to play Super Mario Sunshine and enjoy it. Okay? So, that being said, folks, it took a lot of time, effort, and work to make this playthrough happen. Allow me to explain. It wasn't an easy one, okay? First of all, if I had gotten like an original Nintendo GameCube or whatever, I would have had no way to capture it because my capture card currently basically just does HDMI only, okay? I have an external capture device. It's called the AverMedia Extreme Cap A3 or X3 or something like that. U3, actually, I think it's U3. And I've been using this ever since I moved to Washington State. I bought it in the summer of 2014, and it served all of my capture, purposes since then. So that's good, right? I mean, it's done a really good job. 4 years of constant use, pretty good. Now, I'm fully aware there's much better, capture devices out there at this point. I mean, 4 years of technology advancing. Obviously, there's better stuff. But hey, this thing's still working. Has never shown a sign of malfunctioning. So, good to go there. So, the problem is, original GameCube games, number one, they have never been, properly emulated. They've never been on the Nintendo Virtual Console or anything like that. So it's not like I could just download them digitally and play them. And a GameCube doesn't have any way to capture it HDMI-wise. So if I bought a GameCube or whatever, I wouldn't have a way to do it. So what I ended up doing was a big workaround. I have a Nintendo Wii, the original model. Okay, the old model, not the ones that were released later on that were, cheaper and everything, and they skimped and they took out half the hardware. No, I still have my original Wii model, the same one that I played the original Epic Mickey playthrough on way back in, 2010? I think it was 2010. I could be wrong. Could be 2009, but I'm almost positive my original Epic Mickey playthrough was 2010. So yeah, it took, I had to basically dig out this original Wii, okay, clean it off, make sure it worked. It did, luckily, and I still had all the other thing is having all the peripherals. I still have the power adapter. I still had a motion bar. Actually, the motion control bar that I have for it is from my Wii U, but luckily, the same thing works. So, got all that working. Then, the original Wii model, for those who don't know, actually was a GameCube emulator. Like, that was a part of the selling point of the original Wii, was you could play all new Wii games with motion control, but also, if you still have all your peripherals and everything from the original GameCube, you could use them on the Wii. So it runs GameCube games. It has 4 GameCube controller ports and 2 GameCube memory card ports built into the thing. Okay? So that's good, right? Now, it's pretty much a complete coincidence how all this worked out. Years ago, when Super Mario, when Smash Brothers was released for the Wii U, okay, I bought the collector's edition that came with the very special Smash Brothers gamepad that actually is a real Nintendo GameCube gamepad, okay? Now, you may not know this, but the thing, it actually ended up being incredibly rare. This gamepad now sells for like $100 online. It's pretty crazy. Pretty wild, actually. $100 for a controller just because it's a GameCube controller that has a freaking Smash Brothers logo on it. But yeah, that's the case. So I'm basically playing this playthrough on a collector's edition, really valuable controller, which is pretty funny. So I have that already. So I already have a GameCube controller. That's good. What I had to do is I had to go online and order a bunch of components. I had to order a memory card because I obviously didn't have a GameCube memory card, never owning a GameCube before. I had to order the game. And you may not realize this, but first-party Nintendo games are still incredibly expensive. No lie, Super Mario Sunshine, to get a reliable working copy, cost me about $45. There were a bunch of places that were selling it for cheaper, but they were all like massive scratches and wear from use over the years. Like, well, I can't do. I need a game that's going to work, right? I need to buy from a place that's going to guarantee that it works or my money back. So I did, and it ended up costing a lot of money. Then, I had to figure out a way to actually capture video from my Nintendo Wii console. So I went on Amazon, and there's like, no lie, there's about 40 different models of a Wii to HDMI adapter available. So I see like a bunch of them, and I posted up on social media, and I said, does anyone know, what's a good one? Does anyone have one that works? I'm just curious, because I started looking at the reviews for them, and they're all written by a bunch of, you could tell they're all written by like middle-aged to older parents who don't know fuck shit about consoles. Plugged into my Wii, we work with TV, Must work as intended, 5 stars. I'm like, this doesn't say anything. This doesn't even say if the audio works. Like, literally, it doesn't say anything. It's just so stupid. It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? Really stupid. So in that regard, I just don't understand it. You know, it's just like, why leave a review on Amazon if your review has nothing to do with the product and you're just so dumb you don't understand what the product is supposed to be doing anyway? Okay? So I'm looking at all this, I'm like, I can't tell anything. I can't tell. I can't tell at all what, you know, the situation is here, like what's a good product or not. So it was actually Kekin who responded, and he said, well, Phil, you know, I used to actually run or be involved with Smash Brothers tournaments on the Wii, and we had this particular HDMI adapter we used. Here it is. And he sends me the link, and it's Sewell, Sewell, okay? And it's a $32 adapter. I'm like, damn, $32. That's really expensive for an adapter. What about these others? All the other ones are like $8. No lie. Like, there's like about 12 to 15 models of other Wii U adapters that are only $8. So I did the incredibly stupid thing. And instead of trusting Kekin, which I should have from the get-go, I said, I'm going to be a cheapskate. I'm going to try to buy the El Cheapo adapters, right? Boy, am I stupid. I mean, you got to realize that there's a lot of product on Amazon that's literally rip-off El Cheapo Chinese product. And I mean that. You guys might not realize this. This is actually a huge problem on Amazon. Is that there's knockoff products that will take a product that's good and make a cheap version of it that barely works and or is way lower quality, and they'll sell it for a massively discounted rate. And then what ends up happening is idiots buy the cheap product and rate it up because they're so dumb they don't realize the difference. And then that product becomes the best seller, and the original good product gets lost in the shuffle. I actually read in the past couple of years, this has become a huge epidemic on Amazon, where it's actually these like low quality, and it's Chinese, by the way. These Chinese companies are actually preying on good products on Amazon, and they're cannibalizing the market, where they actually eat up all the market share selling their crappy knockoffs, and people end up buying shit products instead of good ones, okay? So, I ended up getting 2 of these different adapters. Both of them were terrible. One of them created monstrous amounts of scan lines on my screen. So the screen looked like it was all like vertical, I mean, not vertical, diagonal. That's the word I'm looking for. Diagonal like lines, zigzag lines across the screen. Looked like shit, okay? The other one, the audio completely desynced. So it would be plugged in within like 20 seconds. The audio is going in slow motion, desynced with what's going on the screen. They're basically complete crap, okay? And it's hilarious because then you read the reviews online. Oh, this is great. I bought it for my kid, plugged it into my Wii. My Wii now works on my TV with HDMI. It's great. It's like, boy, you didn't even sit in front of your TV for 10 seconds to see that this shit happened, did you, you dumb fuck? You just ran to Amazon and put a review because you're an idiot. So, pretty funny. So they're garbage. You know, these 2 things are garbage. I'm like, well, they're $8. They're not even worth returning because I have to pay for return shipping and everything. Fuck this. So I ended up buying the $32 one that Kekin recommended. It's flawless. It's literally flawless. The thing works perfectly. There's no problems with it whatsoever. No audio delay. The graphics are crisp. Good. I'm like, man, I learned my lesson. I did. I learned my lesson. From now on, when my fans give me advice and they've had experience, I'm going to trust them. Even if it's something that's more expensive, it makes sense. You know, I'd rather pay a little bit more money for something that I'm 100% sure is going to work, rather than wasting money on junk that just wastes my time and money, right? So even though he's not here today, I got to give a shout out to Kekin for basically, Kekin made this playthrough possible, because without his expertise in these Wii U HDMI adapters, I wouldn't have even known, you know, I wouldn't even known what Wii HDMI adapter to get. I would have probably been buying another 10 garbage ones before I got a good one. So, so thanks, Kekin. You are the homie, as they say. So yeah, so pretty cool. And I'm excited for this because I don't know anything about the game. Like I said, this is actually one of the playthroughs where, where I don't know anything about the game. I've never played Super Mario Sunshine. I've never seen anyone play Super Mario Sunshine. Now, I've heard some stuff. People are telling me it's actually one of the harder Mario games. That it's actually a big difficulty curve. And, you know, you actually have to get good at the game in order to succeed. Okay, I guess we'll see. Oh, boy. I don't know, you know. I don't know how much of it the game is like. Is it a completionist game where you absolutely need to collect all the items? Or is it a game where it's like more like Super Mario Odyssey, where there's a lot of items in the game and you could skip a bunch of them? I don't know. Like I said, I've never played it before. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see how everything goes. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna, you know, play it. And hopefully I like the game, you know. I mean, I've liked every Mario game I've ever played. I don't think I've ever played a mainstream Mario game that I've disliked. Some of them are more frustrating, that's for sure. But, you know, let's see. Now, here's the deal. Let me talk and explain to you how this is going to work, okay? Today, Super Mario Sunshine, for about 4 hours on stream, as usual. My main gameplay streams are usually around 4 hours of gameplay. Tonight, I'm going to be doing Batman The Enemy Within, Episode 4, released today. Yesterday I played Episodes 2 and 3. Today I'll be doing Episode 4, okay? So that'll be good because I'll be 100% caught up on the Batman game. And now I'll be actually caught up on all of the games that I was backlogged in during the hardcore gaming season. I'll have officially caught up on everything. So I'll have nothing, oh man, I'm behind on this and I never got to it. No, it'll all be fine, okay? So, there you go, folks. Ladies and gents. So, that's going to be today. Tomorrow, more Super Mario Sunshine. 4 more hours. That's going to be my main gameplay stream, alright? Wednesday night, no stream, because I'll be running errands, doing personal stuff and everything like I usually do on Wednesdays. Thursday, double stream day. I'm going to be doing a Hate Live podcast. The first time I'm doing a podcast since way back when. Yeah, it was over 2 months ago. When I did my last podcast. It was Thanksgiving of 2017, so late November. And boy, will I have a ton of topics to talk about this week, including the game schedule coming up for the next several months, of which we have major updates. If you guys didn't hear, we just got the announcement that God of War, the new game, will be coming out on April 20th. Pretty awesome, right? So now we're gonna have a big fanboy war. Do you have a PS4 and you're playing the adult game of God of War? Or do you have a Nintendo Switch and you're playing with cardboard with Nintendo Labo? Boy, what a dichotomy we've got there, right? Oh, boy. So, that's going to be fun. But anyway, I'm going to talk about all that, including, you know, the gaming schedule and everything coming up. I'm going to be talking about an update on my business and everything going on in regards to, you know, how things are going with taxes, how things are going with everything behind the scenes, so you guys are fully aware of what's happening. Okay. In addition to that, there'll be, you know, lots of discussion of current events. Obviously, I'll give you my opinion on Nintendo Labo. I'll probably get you all caught up on the bullshit that's been happening with me recently, all the different controversies and everything. It'll be a fun podcast discussing a ton of topics, all right? And it'll probably be a Q&A session, too. It's going to be a good podcast coming up on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done it, like I said, a podcast in over 2 months. People love my podcast, so expect that on Thursday. Then on Thursday night, the return of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Yes, after several days, I'll be doing another session. And then Friday is the big premiere of Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's right, folks. Finally, the game is releasing fully. I'll be playing through the narrative story mode first, and then I'll be checking out all the different characters in training mode, trials modes, whatever modes they have offline, and then going online and basically playing the living crap out of the game all weekend. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I certainly hope that you guys are excited for this coming up this weekend, okay? Should be pretty fun. Should be a lot of fun. All right. So that is the rundown of what you guys can expect in the next several days, okay? Fair enough, everybody? Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. As they say. Okay, so there you go. That's the rundown. What else do I have to talk about on pre-stream today? Well, let's talk. Let's talk about some awesome positivity and stuff, folks. As you guys know, sadly, there's been a lot of negative shit going on around me recently most of which I have nothing to do with. You know, most of the shit that happens to me now, it's not like it used to be where, wow, Phil said something really fucked up on stream and now people are up in a tizzy, or wow, Phil did this ridiculous thing, or was uninformed on this and did this thing wrong. It's not even like that anymore. It's now gotten to the point where the shit that people talk about that's negative about me has nothing to do with me. It's completely fabricated or made up, or it's the actions of others, right, that end up becoming something negative. And it's like, you get to the point where it's just like, it's so stupid, right? But what I want to say is, thank you guys, because you guys have been so supportive during all the crap going on around me that I have no control over. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing, is it used to be, oh, look at all this negativity surrounding Phil, and then basically people wouldn't want to come out and watch my videos anymore, and, you know, it would be a negative situation. That's actually not the case. It's become the opposite, where now all this shit is happening to me, right? And it's like, well, what the fuck? Look at this thing that happened to Phil now, and he had nothing to do with it. You know, we were on a stream today, was having fun, streaming games, it has nothing to do with anything, and then a bunch of people did nasty stuff to Phil. You know, how ridiculous is this? You know, and I think, sadly, here's the case, folks. I think people, what they don't realize, they're so dumb, is that the more now that they do against me, at this point, I mean, what hasn't been done to me? You know what I mean? Like, they've already done the most ludicrous things they could possibly do. They swatted me, they DDoS attacked me, they doxed me, they completely created as much slander as they could all over the internet about me. They fabricated entire stories about escorts and shit. Like, what else could possibly be done? You know what I mean? And I'm still here. I'm still fucking here. Haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing for a living. I'm still sharing my positive gaming experiences with you guys on a daily basis, and I'm not going anywhere. I refuse. I refuse to be defeated. And I'm not even, at this point, things are actually turning around very positively. Like I've told you guys, so far this year, 2018, has been tremendously good. In fact, the streams have been better than ever. In fact, folks, this is the truth. This is the truth, all right? This month, January 2018, looks like it's going to be my best streaming month ever, all right? Meaning the most people in general watching, the most people contributing, all right? It's been great, exponential growth, and that's amazing because, you know, you would think December would have been my best month ever, which it was, because I had all those holiday events and, you know, everyone rallied at the end of the year to help me out. Guess what? It looks like January's actually going to be better overall, okay? Pretty crazy good. I'm pretty pleased with the situation, okay? So let's keep it going. You know, let's keep this positivity going. Let's enjoy the streams. Let's have fun every day. People supporting and everything. It's been really good, okay? And that's what's the hilarious part is it's so funny. Man, Phil really's had it rough recently with all the slander and everything against him. It really sucks. He must have really been doing bad and lost a lot of viewers. No, it's been the opposite. It's actually been the complete opposite. My YouTube channel has actually got more views this month than it did in December. My Twitch channel is doing better. People don't fall for the shit anymore. At least intelligent people don't fall for the shit anymore. And they come out and they support me now. So I feel more positive now than I have for the past like 4 years. Wherever I was like blindsided by the amount of negativity and hate that I got in the last 4 years. And it was like thing after thing after thing after thing. And now at this point, it's been so much, it's like, what are you going to do to me now? You've already done everything you could possibly fucking do, right? For every stupid bullshit story that comes out, people are like, fuck that. Phil's resilient. We know Phil isn't responsible for any of this shit. It's just another case of garbage and that, you know, that people make up about him. And then they come out and they support, and I can't be happier. I'm so happy that you guys have been so supportive. I really am. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right. So, all that being said, folks, thank you for that support. FYI, you know, today and tomorrow I'm going to be playing Super Mario Sunshine. As you guys know, as you well know, Nintendo claims 100% of my ad revenue on any video of theirs that I upload to the internet. In fact, that's why in my Game of the Year Awards countdown this year, I didn't show any video footage of the games from Nintendo that were in my Game of the Year awards. Game of the Year awards where I can't even show the games that earned a Game of the Year credit, right? How fucking stupid. But that's Nintendo for you. They're completely misaligned with gaming culture. They don't even understand their customer base to the point where they just think that they're owed all ad revenue on any video that has to do with Nintendo whatsoever. It's ludicrous, right? So that being said, I will be, playing Super Mario Sunshine today and tomorrow. I will be resuming that playthrough in February. That entire time when I'm making those videos and uploading them to DSP Gaming, I'll be making no money. So I would be incredibly appreciative if those of you who like this playthrough and want to see it continue and are supportive of me would come out on the streams and support me on the streams, during this time frame, okay? Much like what happened with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and much like what happened with Super Mario Odyssey, if you guys could come out and support during the streams, it won't matter that I'm making no money on YouTube, okay? And in fact, again, I will say this, as strongly as possible. Things have been going so well this month. It looks like on par to be the best streaming month I've ever had. So let's keep that positivity up, okay? How awesome would it be if every month in 2018 is the best month ever, right? And it just keeps growing and growing to the end of the year. I don't have to worry about this YouTube nonsense anymore. That's my goal. By the end of 2018, my goal is I don't have to worry about YouTube ad revenue anymore. I'm free of the shackles of YouTube fucking their website up and basically every month, not making consistent money. Instead, I'm fully reliant on you guys coming out and being supportive and enjoying the streams. That's what I really want this year, and that's what we're heading towards, okay? Okay. All right, folks. So thank you very much for your support. Let's now do some plugs, and then I got a lot of shout-outs to do. If you guys aren't aware, a lot of people came out overnight in particular and were very supportive. And then as the stream started, we got people cheering and subbing and tipping and everything. So let's get started with that segment so we can get to gameplay, all right? Excuse me. Okay. So, ladies and gents, it is now time to talk turkey. If you guys enjoy my gameplay streams, you enjoy my on-demand videos on YouTube, and you enjoy everything that I put out for free on a daily basis, and you want to go above and beyond just being a viewer, it's great to watch and great to spread the word and be positive about the content, but maybe you want to go above and beyond. There are many ways that you can help support my efforts to continue to do this full-time as a job, all right? First of all, there's Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, okay? What is Patreon? It is a method by which if you pledge, you get basically a way to become interactive with myself and my content, all right? So that being said, if you're pledged to my Patreon, not only are you directly supporting my efforts to continue doing this by allowing me to help afford all the cost of operating the business, for example, the electricity, the internet, cost of games, cost of equipment, all that stuff that's incredibly expensive every month, this helps defray all those costs, all right? Number two, you get really cool personal perks for what you pledge that, again, allow you to become more interactive and have a more personal connection with me and my stuff. For example, getting text or verbal thank yous in my YouTube videos. Being able to nominate and vote on games that are participating in different events. So, for example, this month we already hit a 550 subscriber goal here on my Twitch channel. That was my tier 1 goal this month. And I know that sounds, for a lot of you, that may sound weird because you're like, but we're already up to 527 subs. That's way more than that. Yeah, I know. But at the beginning of this month, we didn't even have 450. So just think about the chronic growth that I had this month. Pretty amazing, right? But that being said, we've already qualified to have a really fun upcoming Indies Marathon. And so if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of this month, you'll be able to nominate and vote on what indie-style games I'll be playing in that upcoming marathon, which is going to take place either in late February or early March. More than likely, it's going to be early March, okay? Just to throw that out there. So, that's another way, pledging $5 and you get to actually control the games I'm playing during a fun marathon. I mean, that's an incredible amount of power that you're being given there, okay? or getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, okay? That's coming up in late February as well. So again, you pledge by the end of this month for that perk level, you're going to get your questions answered on the next show. And by far, in my opinion, the best perk of them all, the perk that by far those who have gotten it have praised it the most, the private Q&A video perk, all right? Those who pledge $50 or more to my Patreon are actually allowed to get a private Q&A video, anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. You can ask me whatever you want, and I try to give you as much of a detailed and entertaining answer as I can. It's a video that you can keep for yourself, or you can share with your friends. It's up to you. People like this perk so much that many people who've gotten it ended up doing it again. And every time I do it, I get feedback from those who I create the video for. They say, Phil, this is amazing. You know, really good. Thank you very much. You know, you went above and beyond. People really love these videos, okay? So please consider pledging to my Patreon. It helps a tremendous amount, and people really enjoy the perks. It's a great way to, like I said, get a more personal interaction from me, and go, you know, a little bit above and beyond just being a standard viewer. Number 2, there's my Teespring shop, where you can buy really cool merch, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers. Right now, there's a new design just hot off the presses from my viewer, Insomniatic Meat. It's a King of Fighters design, as you can see here on the pre-stream. Give it a look. Anything you buy from my Teespring shop, I get a significant commission from, and it's really cool merchandise. I attest to the quality because I own a bunch of the merch. I wouldn't have, you know, bought it and tested it myself and told you it was good if it wasn't. And if you do happen to buy anything from my Teespring shop, feel free to send me a picture on social media, you know, at They Call Me DSP on Twitter. I'd be more than happy to share that with my 25,000 Twitter followers so people can see how awesome the merch really is, okay? All right. And then, last but not least, ladies and gents, obviously, for those of you who are watching live on stream today, if you want to be a part of today's stream, you want to be supportive of the stream, keep in mind the fact I'm not making any money playing Nintendo games on YouTube. You can either cheer, sub, or tip, and if you do any of those things, I will give you a verbal shout-out during the course of the stream. Being that this is a Mario game, I may be able to give you more of a shout-out than other games, which is good. You know, it's a lot tougher with narrative-based games or fighters to give you an immediate shout-out. I'd be more than happy to give you a shout-out, you know, as soon as I see your cheer, sub, or tip come through here. FYI, I am going to be, you know, selective with what I do shout out, meaning there's already been some troll stuff going on the stream chat, with some tipping and stuff this morning. I am not obligated to read any of those whatsoever, so just be aware. If you want to throw free money at me like an idiot, and then not get your stuff read, I mean, it's your own prerogative. I keep the money, I'm not, you know, so it is what it is, but I'm not obligated to read every single thing, okay? Also, please try to keep your cheer, subs, and tips at least semi-pertinent, all right? What I'd like to say is, please, you know, don't send me giant paragraphs with a cheer so that it derails the entire stream, and now I have to spend 20 minutes reading your paragraph and responding to it. Try not to do anything too derailing. It has nothing to do with the game, unless it's more pertinent to other stuff around me. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in the middle of a boss fight, don't cheer and say, hey, Phil, what are the top 5 best survival horror games that you've ever played on YouTube? I'm probably not going to answer that, you know? I'm just saying. Okay. Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button after you sub, or if you tip me $2 or more, you'll actually get an on-screen pop-up thank you notification as well. So you get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions. It is much appreciated when you do that, folks. And obviously, you getting double recognition is a good incentive for you to contribute. One last thing. We are in a big drive to hit 550 subscriptions by the end of the month. We're at 527 right now. We're only 23 away. We could do this within the next day or two, okay? Now, what I know is going to happen very shortly is there were a lot of subscriptions that came in during the month of December at the end of the month for my holiday events. So coming up shortly, there's going to be a big decline in subs because a lot of those were gifted. Those were gifted subs. People were feeling in the holiday spirit, and they were gifting subs to other people and stuff on the stream. So I know a lot of those aren't going to auto-renew. If we're going to hit 550 and hit the Tier 3 goal, the celebratory event will be a double special DSP Tries It episode where I try out 2 wacky products, all right? It should be pretty sweet. So hopefully we hit the goal. However, I'm just letting you guys know it's going to have to happen sooner rather than later. The sooner you sub, the sooner you'll have access to all the awesome new emotes that we've added in the last month, including DSP Pepe, DSP Snake, DSP Sleeper, DSP Goku, which will be very pertinent with all the Dragon Ball coverage I'll be doing soon, as well as the recent Wrong emo. So we've got a lot of new emotes for all you guys who are subs, and, you know, we're almost there. We are almost there, ladies and gents. So please consider becoming a sub sooner rather than later if you want to try to hit that 550 subs goal. All right? Sounds good? Cool. All right. Let's do it, folks. Let's do some shout-outs, and then we will get started with Super Mario Sunshine, okay? So, let me scroll all the way down here, because like I said, overnight, we actually had a significant amount of contributions overnight. What does that mean? It means that when I'm here, and I'm not even live streaming, I may be, you know, sleeping, and I'm not online. People come out and they support me overnight, which is pretty amazing that people do that. I am very appreciative for those who do, because if it means you can't be here live for the stream, at least you got me in mind, and you guys are amazing to go above and beyond that much, all right? So let's go ahead and do it. First of all, folks, Shortcake45 did a 100-bit cheer and says, I hope this doesn't ruin your day, but I just heard that Michael Bay is set to produce a live-action adaptation of Duke Nukem, starring John Cena as the title character. Just read this for myself, and personally, I would have chosen Dolph Lundgren for the role. I don't believe this. You want to know why I don't believe this? Number one, no one is probably going to go see a movie of Duke Nukem because no one even knows who the character is anymore. If you guys remember, Duke Nukem, the reboot that took forever, Duke Nukem Forever, completely flopped in 2010. Or was it 2011? I think it was 2011. And since then, we've heard no real sign of it. There was a reboot, right? Remember, there was a console reboot of all his games, of like a remaster or whatever. But since then, there's been nothing. No new games, nothing. He's dead. It's a dead franchise. Why would they be making a Duke Nukem movie? I have no idea. In addition, Duke Nukem, at least the core design of the character, is very adult-oriented. John Cena is a PG WWE wrestler and always has had this squeaky clean image for the past, like, 7-8 years. So I find it very difficult to believe they would have John Cena playing Duke Nukem and running around saying, your face, your ass, what's the difference? You know, it wouldn't be doing that unless they're gonna actually PG the fucking thing, which would be terrible. It wouldn't be Duke Nukem anymore. So what's the point? See what I'm saying? I don't believe this. I think this is horse shit. It sounds like one of those really bogus movie rumors. And I don't believe it. Okay? I don't believe it. So, I'm not too worried about it. However, could it be true? Of course. There's been more ludicrous things that have happened. Okay. Infinite55 did a 75-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Infinite55. Ravenger, give me a $10 tip overnight. He said, hello? Thank you, Ravenger, for the tip. I mean, I wasn't even here. Awesome. Thank you. $10 tip overnight. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Ravenger. Golden Colts did a 45-bit cheer. Thank you, Golden Colts, for the cheer. Okay? Critical for Days did a 25-bit cheer. He's referencing the stupid, you know, bullshit that happened yesterday that I'm not even going to bring up. So thank you for the cheer, Critical for Days, but there's no point in bringing it up anymore. So there you go. Golden Colts did a 25-bit cheer. Again, thank you, Golden Colts. Shortcake did another 100-bit cheer and says, all Microsoft Studios' new and old games will now be available for free as long as you have a $10 subscription to Games Pass. So games such as Sea of Thieves you could try for a month for $10 without having to pay full price. Is that true? I could definitely see it being, okay, $10 a month and you get access to all the old Microsoft games. I don't know about getting access to the brand new ones. Also, being quite honest here, there aren't many Microsoft games anymore, you know? Think about first-party Microsoft titles. How many are there? You know what I mean? Like, you're really not getting access to anything when you really think about it. So I don't know if that's true, but certainly Sea of Thieves is a game that I'm not sure is going to be very good. And so maybe it would make sense for me to join this, if this is true, to do a $10 pass for that month and play Sea of Thieves for, you know, a while. And if I don't like it, just don't renew the pass. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see. If that's the case, maybe I will do it. But thank you for the heads up. I'll have to look into it. Okay, Mr. Swaggins did a 60-bit cheer. He says, looks like God of War is releasing on April 20th. To be honest, I wish it was closer, because now the only game I'm looking forward to in March is Far Cry 5. Yeah, this is what I said. I actually have been talking about this recently. A lot of the big high-profile games for 2018, excuse me, don't have release dates. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, they just don't have dates that they're coming out. There's none of these, Red Dead Redemption 2, no release date. Last of Us 2, no release date. And there's about 12 games like that this year that are like the biggest games of the year. They don't have release dates. So I get the feeling either in the next couple of months we're going to get a lot more information on this, or at E3 it's going to be like a bombshell E3 where every game studio and every publisher is going to come out and be like, big game release date, big game release date, big game release date. Maybe they feel that like the past few years of E3 has kind of been not as eventful as it should have been, because even though they show off games, they never have fucking dates for them. So maybe this year is the year of we want to give you concrete info. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay? I guess we'll find out. And we'll go from there. But, yeah, it kind of sucks that you're right. There is like no... there's not a lot of information on concrete games coming out in the next few months even. Even in the next few months, there's very few big high-profile games that are having solid dates that people are excited for. So, all right. Golden Colts did another 40-bit cheer. And then Jean d'Arc resubscribed to the channel for the 3rd month in a row and says 3 months and counting. Here's to another 3 months, buddy. Thank you much, Jean d'Arc, for the ongoing support. All right, now, as the stream actually started... All right, we had people who were also cheered, subbed, and tipped, so let's give them their proper due. Sedella did a 50-bit cheer to Super Mario Sunshine Hype. Thank you very much, Sedella, for that. Luther Cujo subscribed to the channel for the 2nd month in a row, and he says, 2-month anniversary of being a sub here, Phil. Keep up the great work and have loads of fun with Super Mario Sunshine. Thank you very much, Luther. Tanamounder did a 50-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Tanamounder, for the cheer. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Chinese cannibalizing the market alongside dogs. Ren Jesse James did a 25-bit cheer and says, buy once, cry once. Celestial Goose is now a sub, and I actually believe that someone had gifted the sub to Celestial Goose. I'm not sure who it was, because it was much earlier in the stream chat, and it's scrolled off the screen by now. But welcome, Celestial Goose, as a sub. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to Last Rambo, who did a 50-bit cheer, and he says, well, I never knew that the majority of Nintendo's customer base are streamers or YouTubers. Well, they're not. But Last Rambo, what you have to realize is that the internet culture is mainstream gaming culture now. It is. It 100% is. The vast majority of people who play video games now go online, okay, and they watch videos of these games. They watch streamers of these games. They all do this. It's the vast majority of people now do it. It's become mainstream gaming culture. So no, not every single person who buys a Nintendo game is a YouTuber or a streamer who has to worry about Nintendo claiming their ad revenue. But on the flip side of that, most people do get involved in online Nintendo content that's user-generated content. Therefore, if Nintendo were intelligent enough, they would actually do market research and find out, wow, look at all these people who play our games online. It's free promotion. Wow, this is pretty cool, and what we should do is promote and make this community grow so more people will want to play our games, instead of, wow, people buy our games and then make videos of it. Well, let's claim all of their ad revenue on it because we want more fucking money. Because there's no other excuse for it. They just want more money. They realize how badly they fucked up with the Wii U, and they need to claim as much money as possible. So, it's completely out of line with every other game. The only other game publisher that does this is Konami. And we all know that everyone hates fucking Konami. So Konami does it and everyone hates them, but Nintendo does it and we give them a pass? Of course not. Nintendo's in the wrong here. They are not in alignment with current gaming culture. They're not. They're living in the past. They're living in the 1990s. They think it's still the 1990s. It's not. Things have changed and evolved, and Nintendo needs to grow and evolve with them. We can't just give them a free pass anymore. We have to call them out for when they do stupid shit like this. Sorry, Last Rambo. I know it sounds like you're a big fan of Nintendo. I am too. I can't give them a pass for doing fucked up stuff. I can't. Shout out to Astro Jet Boy, who did a 28-bit cheer. All right. And again, he basically is addressing the negativity that happened yesterday. I'm not going to address it again, but I am very grateful for your support. And he does says, basically people are trying desperately to look for ways to hurt you because your channel is growing here on Twitch. Your girlfriend's going to be moving in soon. They know whatever they do to try to stop you, they can't stop these two things from happening. So keep up the positivity and keep going strong with your head high. Thank you, Astro Jet Boy. What a nice positive message. Thank you very much. I got a $3.33 tip from Nintendo themselves. And Nintendo says, Phil, we hereby give you permission to monetize your Mario YouTube videos. Kappa. I like how you have to add the Kappa at the end. Kappa. Very nice. King of Hypocrisy did a 25-bit cheer. He says, trolls are keep whispering me that Phil has a gouty fat butt. Like it's an epic roast. Talk about mental midgets. I mean, just listen to Phil's a gouty fat butt. Phil's a gouty fat butt. This is what like a 5-year-old says in the schoolyard. And this is the level of trolling. Seriously, it's just like, if anyone's bothered by people on Twitch PMing them, block them. There's an ignore command you can use. You can report them and get them banned off of Twitch. You can tell a mod, and the mods will block them from stream chat. Whatever you need to do. I apologize for that. It's just a bunch of little dumb fuck brainless kids. Rink Dude did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Rink Dude, for the cheer. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Arm blown off, please help. What a name. Tipped me $5. And he says, with YouTube falling apart and you switching over to a full-time live streamer and so to speak, a part-time PUBG streamer. I don't know if I would call myself a part-time PUBG streamer. I just think that people really enjoy the chillness factor of when I play PUBG because I don't really need to focus too much on the game for the first like 20 minutes of every match so I can just talk with them. It's kind of like doing a interactive podcast and just shooting the shit about the daily stuff that's going on while playing kind of a crappy game at the same time, which a lot of people have found popularity on Twitch doing. It's really not about me playing PUBG. It's about just having an interactive game to play, more than likely. But I see your point, okay? He says, has anything changed about your opinion of popular streamers? Have you reconsidered adapting other common practices of popular streamers? Well, here's the thing. I don't want to make every single stream that I do become just me talking with people. I don't. I really, there's going to be games that I want to get more serious. Like, for example, Dragon Ball FighterZ. I want to play through the story, have fun with it. I want to get good at the game. I want to play it online, learn the characters, combos, everything. I want to basically have a really good competitive time with this game. Do I want to become a tournament-level competitor? No. But do I want to at least be able to hang with people online and have fun with the game? Yes. If I'm constantly just not paying attention to the game to talk to people on the stream chat, that'll never happen. There has to be a balance, okay? Same thing with, like, narrative-based games and stuff, AAA releases coming out. I want to experience them and have fun with them and not have it become 100% about me interacting with the stream chat. If you look at the games that have become that, PUBG, that game's not an important game. It's not even a good game, in my opinion, on console. The game's a piece of shit on Xbox One. I've said that since the start, that it's a piece of garbage, all right? It really is. So that being said, yeah, I don't know, how exactly I'm going to balance everything, but I want to find that perfect balance where some playthroughs will be more interactive and be more like the common streamer here on Twitch, while other streams will be more like kind of like my old style on YouTube, and then there'll be hybrids, okay? I kind of want to try to find a way to adjust all of that into the content that I do, okay? Rather than me, kind of just doing one thing constantly and it's always the same, all right? Now, when you say arm blown off, please help, other things that are other practices of top streamers or popular streamers, I don't even know what those are because I don't watch any other streamers. All I know is what people tell me. So, for example, when I play PUBG or when I play multiplayer-only games, I have this leaderboard that I have up where I have top cheer, top tip, subs count, and I have that running, and it actually motivates people to cheer, sub, and tip during the streams because they want to get up there. They want to see their name in the videos. They want to see their name in glory on the stream. That's definitely a practice that I know top streamers use. So, yeah, it's very possible that, I will be maybe adopting more things. But do I want it to absolutely ruin the content for those who aren't watching on stream? No, I don't, which is why I'm never going to implement that for everything that I do. When I'm playing Batman, the Telltale series, you're not going to see a top cheerer leaderboard on the top of the screen. You know what I mean? It's all about the happy medium. It's about finding the happy medium, and that's what I'm working on right now. Okay. Faithin131 just did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I actually gifted this sub to Celestial Goose. Can you recommend more people in the chat who deserve a gift sub? Let's see. I'm trying to see people who are around all the time. You know, who maybe deserve a gift sub. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't want to play favorites. I certainly don't want to say, oh, this person deserves it over this person. All right. That would kind of be messed up. I recognize a few people in the stream chat now who aren't subs and, you know, or around all the time. I will leave it at your discretion, Faithin, but now that I've read that publicly, I'm sure a lot of people in the stream chat will be saying, oh, I'd like a sub. So thank you for considering it. And, you know, people, this may be your opportunity if you speak up, you know. There you go. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and says, wait, are you raising the cheer amount again? No, I think that raising it to 25 bits has worked well. I've been doing this all month in the month of January. I've seen literally zero decline in the amount of cheering that's happening. In fact, if anything, it's motivating people to make more pertinent cheers that don't derail the streams. So I think it was a very good decision. I see absolutely no reason whatsoever to raise the cheer amount at this point. If, again, we get to a situation where there's constant spam of cheer to the point where I can't even focus on the game, then I'll consider raising it again. But we're not there yet. Okay? We're not there yet. All right. Well, I guess I should say thank you to Big Branchy Beef, because Big Branchy Beef not only just subbed to the channel, they did a tier 3 sub. If you guys aren't aware, that's the highest tier, $25. And I actually believe I get 70% of that. I either get 70 or 80% of that. So that's a really generous sub. Thank you very much to Big Tier Beef for that sub. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay. Shout out to Eternia Forever, who did 110-bit cheers. Says, Phil, I know you never finished Yakuza 1. Are you planning on playing 6 when it comes out? I'll be honest with you. I don't think so. I think the Yakuza series is a series that, yes, I enjoy it, but it's definitely something better. It's definitely something more catered towards downtime. The Yakuza series is not a mainstream series in the United States where I live, and honestly, it's not a mainstream series for my viewers either. I know that if I play Yakuza games, I usually don't get a lot of viewers, you know, coming out to watch them, and that's okay, because I usually use it as a series that I balance with other popular stuff. So in particular, in early March, there's not a lot going on, and Yakuza 6 is supposedly coming out, but I don't know if I want to play it. I'll be honest with you. I started Yakuza Kiwami back in August, September, and I never finished it. You know, I don't know if I want to play another Yakuza game. I'm being real with you. You know, at this point, I'm kind of Yakuza'd out, and if I play anything, I might go back to Yakuza Kiwami to finish it. I don't think I want to play Yakuza 6 right now. Maybe it's something I hold off on and I play it later, okay? We'll see, though. We got to play it by ear and see how stuff goes this year. Because, like I said, a lot of games don't have release dates. We don't know what's going to happen coming up. Maybe there'll be, you know, stuff that ends up getting release dates soon. We don't know yet. Shout out to Captain DCW who did a 30-bit cheer. Says, what's up, Phil? What's up, Captain? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's Mario stream. Good to see you back after not being around for a while. Shout out to The Last Rambo, who did a 25-bit cheer and says, oh, I actually agree with you in terms of Nintendo. I'm just questioning streamers or YouTubers becoming the majority of the customer base. No, I never said that. What I said was, it's part of mainstream gaming culture now, okay? It really is. And so, Nintendo really needs to become aligned with mainstream gaming culture and stop being so... They live so much in this past, this very Japanese-centric culture base. They think that what they do is infallible. They think that, you know, they deserve everything. It's ridiculous. It's like this kind of really almost elitist, ungrateful attitude they have for their popularity. And it's so weird because their customer base as well has this weird, just fanboyish mentality. And I'm not saying Nintendo doesn't put out good stuff, because they do. That my game of the year last year was Super Mario Odyssey, folks. But they need to change. If they're ever going to actually step up, okay, and be anything than just an oddity of we make first-party titles that are great, They need to step up and realize that they can't just do their really weird shit anymore, right? They've got to become more in line with mainstream gaming culture, and they're not doing that right now. I got an anonymous dollar tip that says, you're really out of the loop. It's been confirmed by Paramount that they're in talks with John Cena to play Duke Nukem. Not to mention he's done several R-rated movies in the past few years, including raunchy sex comedies. I can see it happening. Well, I didn't see any of those raunchy sex comedies. Probably because they suck, so you're right. I have no idea what you're talking about, so I guess I really am out of the loop. Mono is always the answer to the 50-bit cheer and said, release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your lips. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. No one else, you feel the rain on your lips. All right, I got a little carried away there, sorry. Okay, Brits94 did a 25-bit cheer. He says, when Street Fighter V AE, bro? Well, if Rick and Morty can open up a time portal back to 2016 and actually convince Capcom to release a playable fucking game that's not a broken piece of input delayed online play garbage catered only towards fucking tournament heads and a game that's worth playing, and release that in February of 2016 instead of the fucking piece of donkey do that they did, then maybe I'll play Street Fighter. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just saying. I don't realistically see that happening. Shout out to Player Unknown, who get a $5.01 tip. It says, become a full-time PUBG streamer and you will get first invite to our Console Pro League. Yeah, Console Pro League. Console Pro League. Just think about how stupid that sounds for a broken-ass version of a game on console, right? Jack Spartacus just resubscribed for the 10th month in a row and says, toot toot everybody. Thank you, Jack Spartacus, for the 10 months of support and the resub. I appreciate it greatly. Straight Cash Homie did a 200-bit cheer. Says, Eternal Darkness for GameCube is actually a horror game that messes with your sanity. Yeah, I've actually heard there are a few, like a handful, of pretty good survival horror style games that were GameCube exclusives, and that I should maybe check them out. I would very much like to hear about these games, because now that I have access to play GameCube games, right, it would be a pretty awesome thing. So, thank you for the suggestion, and hopefully there'll be more in the future. And I already gave a shout out to Big Branchy B for that tier 3 sub. Thank you very much, Big Branchy B, for that. I appreciate it. Papa Lou did a 25-bit cheer. Says, if I pledged, would you make me a private video? And you think we could be friends one day? If you pledge the $50 to Patreon, I'm going to make you the private video. Now, you have to be careful with your questions. I'm not going to be answering crazy, personal, disgusting questions about sex and religion and politics. But if you ask me questions about me and, you know, stuff about, like, you know, things you maybe always wanted to know about me and my life as a streamer and stuff like that, that'll answer, all right? However, you know, I do get these people, oh, can I be your personal friend? We could be cool online, but no, I'm not looking for close personal friends right now. I got my girlfriend moving in, and that's going to be the focus for me when it comes to close personal things in real life. So thanks, but no thanks. Resident Evil Beating did a 25-bit cheer. Says, do you know the way? Oh my god, the meme. How dare you? Alright, and someone gifted Papa Lou a sub. I think it was Be the Lude, actually, who gifted Papa Lou a sub. So, Papa Lou is actually a subscriber now, if you can believe it. If you can believe it. So, congratulations, Papa Lou, for being a sub. In addition, Infinite55 just gifted a sub to Be the Baby for the 3rd month in a row, I believe. So, congrats to Be the Baby for being an ongoing sub. Straight Cash Homie just did a 73-bit cheer and says, Fear Effect for PS1 or The Suffering for PS2. I guess those are more suggestions of, like, survival horror games I've missed out on over the years. Thank you for the suggestions. Appreciate that. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and says, I guess some trolls were telling me that you were raising the minimum cheer to 50. Oh, no. I didn't mention that at all. Once again, it just seems to be another completely unsubstantiated claim of people completely making shit up about. I never even alluded to that, so I don't even know what they're talking about. Weird. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer. He says, how was your night's sleep? Those two 10K-bit cheers were epic. Last night I was a little messed up in the head, but it had nothing to do with things going on here, so let me put it this way. I did eventually get a good night's sleep. Sadly, there was other stuff going on that you guys have no idea about that kind of negatively affected me. But I'm fine today, so no need to dwell on what happened last night. We dwell on what's going on right now, which is good stuff. Okay. Found arm, everything is fine. Did a dollar tip and said, I didn't mean to imply that you should conform to what the majority of streamers do, or you should just become another streamer and abandon your own way of doing things. What I meant was, have you considered adapting and researching other things to draw on more viewers? I mean, first of all, researching. I don't even know what that means. How do you research this? Besides sitting here and watching a ton of other streamers, and I'll be honest, I don't have time for that. So if viewers of mine have suggestions, if you guys watch other streamers that are popular and you're like, man, if Phil really implemented this into some certain streams of his, I think this would be really beneficial to him. Please feel free to share that information. You can email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Tweet me at theycallmeDSP. You can post up on my kingofhate.com forums. There's many avenues by which you can reach me and give me positive suggestions on how to improve my streaming. Right now, things are going really well. If anything else could make it better, hey, the more the merrier. Let's get you know what I mean? I'd be more than happy to accept any suggestions that you guys have of how I can improve my stuff. So please consider sharing if you know best practices from other streamers. Yeah, I mean, I'm very open to suggest. I mean, the whole way I do it now, interacting with you guys, cheers, subs, tips, on-screen pop-ups, all this is your suggestions. Constant webcam. This is all based off of your suggestions and interactions and stuff. So, like I've told you guys, I really do owe my success right now to you guys because, 10 years, me busting my ass, putting out content for you guys, and you appreciating that, and then showing up in force for my streams, sharing it positively with others, cheering, subbing, tipping. It's amazing. The positivity I've seen so far in 2018. You guys are amazing. I told you, we're on pace. This is going to be my best streaming month ever. We're on pace for it, okay? Shout out to Cornchi, who did a 25-bit cheers. Says, Phil, on a scale of 1 to 10, how is things? I would say, right now, things are there's still a lot of uncertainty. Okay, there's still a lot of uncertainty coming up in regards to my financial future, taxes, but in regards to the fact that there's so much positive stuff going on, my streaming is going great, my girlfriend's moving in with me soon, I'm playing fun games and enjoying myself, you know what I mean? And yes, there's negatives that you gotta weigh in there too. YouTube is way bad right now, terrible, people are causing drama around me that I have nothing to do with and I can't really control or stop. But the drama still persists. I wish that would stop, but I can't stop that, right? So you gotta wait. I would still say probably right now things are at about an 8. Probably the absolute best things ever were 10 back in I'd say 2011, 2012 when I first started monetizing on YouTube and was really having fun. I was at the height of my popularity and I was traveling, going to conventions and stuff. That was probably the absolute best. Right now things are about an 8, I would say. That's how good it is. And this is the best I've felt in years. So thank you guys for that. Atlas Telemon did another 25-bit cheers at the ultimate gaming experience. I think he's referencing PUBG, by the way. Be the Baby, like I said, now has a third month as being a sub. Someone gifted him a sub. So congrats to Be the Baby, and also thanks to whoever gifted that sub. Atlas Telemon did another 50-bit cheers. Says, which question do you get asked most in private Q&A videos? Actually, the truth of the matter is, people who do that highest tier of Patreon pledge typically ask pretty unique stuff. Typically, I don't get asked the same questions. And that's why I actually think I like doing those videos too, is everyone really is unique and different. Everyone has different interesting things they've been wondering about me or wanting me to answer for years. And so, in that regard, they're all completely different. And, there really is no common vein of this is the one question everybody asks. So that's a good thing. Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheers. Says, you respect women, but why do you respect men enough to be friends with them? Why don't you respect men enough to be friends with them? Just busting your balls. King of Hypocrisy did a 25-bit cheers. Says, if Papa Lou pays for the private video and asks for a striptease, will you do it? No. The private video is a Q&A video, not a striptease video. Straight Cash Homie did a 100-bit cheers. Says, are you going to do a co-op playthrough with your girl? Yes, probably, eventually. I would almost say it's a guarantee. We have a couple ideas of what we want to do, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Black Mage C-Type resubscribed for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you for the 2 months sub, Black Mage. Good to see you. Last Rambo did a 50-bit cheers. Says, maybe you and Papa Lou are meant to be together. No, I'm pretty sure me and my girlfriend are meant to be together, and Papa Lou is just being weird. Infinite55 did a 25-bit cheer. He says, what is the final day for patrons, $20 patrons, to submit their questions? You actually have all the way up until I actually begin that day. So the actual day I believe I'm doing Ask the King would be Thursday, the 22nd of February. So you have a significant amount of time to think up and, ask questions on the forums of, the questions for that event. And by the way, Infinite, I know you were waiting to be upgraded, and I believe I've confirmed now with my webmaster, everyone has now been upgraded. Everyone who was a December patron of mine now should have access to those places in the forums, okay? So I would ask you if you could please confirm that. Obviously, if you're not, I'd like to know. But as of today, you should be good to go, so you should be able to start posting immediately, okay? Mr. Swaggins did a 25-bit cheer and says, well, I'm off to my lab. Today we're doing some BS with jalapenos. Please kill me. Well, have fun with the jalapenos. Don't eat too many. I actually like the mild jalapenos. I can't... The spicy jalapenos are like, God, fucking burn all, crazy. I like spicy. I don't like crazy spicy. So, have fun. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer. Says, would you be open to accepting drop sites in PUBG when people cheer locations? Yes. But at the same time, I don't even know the drop sites. I've played the game now for a month and a half, and I don't even know the fucking drop sites. So, I mean, I'd be open to it. Like I said, I don't really care about it's not like I'm so serious about the goddamn game that I don't give a shit about where I drop or whatever. I just don't. Whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do when I play it. The game's so silly. I don't care. Goku Deep Throats Android 21 did a $1 tip and says, Fighter Z gets a beta tomorrow for sucking so much before any chance you're returning to playing it. Also, Super is ending. No, the beta that's coming out tomorrow is only for the Xbox One, because the Xbox One version of the game apparently was running like shit the entire time that it was in beta, and people massively complained saying, if this is how it's going to be when it releases, we're not buying it. So I think that Bandai actually caved and said, oh shit, we should do another beta for Xbox One users to prove to them that the experience is going to be better. And that's apparently what this beta is that's coming out today and tomorrow. So I'm not doing it. I've already played the shit out of the game, and it's coming out Friday. I'm not doing another beta. That's enough for me. All right, Atlas Telemon did a 25-bit cheer and says, tits for bits. There you go. Fafa Foley did a $1 tip and says, my life is at a 9 and my relationship is at a 2. Oh my God. What a reference to the Howard Stern show. Literally, that went over everyone's heads who wasn't a longtime viewer of the Howard Stern show. So if you didn't understand that reference, don't worry, it's not you. It's not you. It was just a really obscure reference. A very specific reference. Ballsy Fred did a 25-bit cheer. It says, so your girlfriend is going to be doing playthroughs with you? Did I hear that right? It's possible. We already have one that we have in mind that we'd like to do. Okay? So, yes, there is a possibility we will be doing gameplay together. Yes. Wow. Infinite55 did a 1,000-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for today's stream. Thank you very much, Infinite. And he says, I know trolls have done some pretty nefarious things to you. Paradoxically, do you think in some ways they contribute to the amount of views you get on both Twitch and YouTube? Yes. Guys, at this point, because here's the thing. The trolls used to basically do stuff based off of nasty stuff that maybe I would do or mistakes that I would do. I would do something stupid on, in a video, a gameplay video. I would yell at a game developer or insult someone personally. And they would twist that into, oh, Phil's a piece of shit, right? Basically, what they would do is focus on and expose my flaws as a human. And that would become the meme, the way that they would hate on me, all right? Now it's become, I've improved as a person over the years, and I'm not flawless, I'm not saying that, but I definitely believe that over the years I've become a better person. My content is better now, okay? Or just overall in general, everything's a lot more positive around me. So now they literally have to make shit up. And when you make shit up about someone, that's when it backfires, okay? Right now, the whole escort saga that happened in the last month, many more people feel bad for me and or are now being supportive of me because they realize this was something that a lot of people believed stupidly and it was completely untrue. And now they support me because of it. This whole situation yesterday with the sponsorship bullshit, I'm getting way more support now over that than I am negative stuff because I didn't do anything wrong. It was the complete stupidity of the company mistreating me and the trolls. It was just, you know what I mean? That just makes me stronger. These idiots don't realize that when they do this shit to me, it makes me stronger. You know, it's not like it was back when I was solely dependent on YouTube and YouTube went super toxic. And, you know, now when you search for me on YouTube, all you can find is toxic shit. No one cares about that because YouTube's a piece of garbage website no one likes anymore. The whole thing's blown apart. No one cares about fucking YouTube anymore. Everyone wants to get off of YouTube. And now Twitch is the complete polar opposite. Look at how positive the streams are here on Twitch, right? They don't realize that they're actually making me stronger and they're making me more successful by doing their stupid shit. They don't get it. It's why? Because they're stupid. All right. Jeez, we're still going here. Shout out to Mr. Papavera. Did 100-bit cheers. I don't know how much of a fan you are of first-person shooters. Doom was a lot of fun to watch. Would you ever try your hand at a release of Quake Champions? It's a tournament type of setting. Very fast-paced. Of course, the title that stays true. Yeah, but it's a PC. And you guys know my limitations of playing games on PC. I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Or if I did, I'd have to dumb down the game so much it would look like shit. You know, those games, those really quick first-person shooters rely on the graphics being good because you need a high frame rate to react. And if I'm playing on PC and the frame rate's constantly dipping because I'm trying to capture and stream at the same time, it ain't going to work. So sadly, until I end up getting some way to do high-level gaming while also capturing and streaming it, which I don't have, it's out. It's not in contention, not in the running for something I can do. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer, said, more pre-stream, more pre-stream. And Papa Lou did a 25-bit cheer, said, Baba Booey, I love Stern. Attorney of Forever did a 40-bit cheer, said, tits on top of tits for bits. Mama Lou did a $1 tip and said, stay away from my husband, you fuck. Goku Deep Throats Jiren did a $1 tip and says, can you tell your fans that Super is ending? We are getting a new series next year if the movie does well. And Shortcake subscribed to the channel. Good Lord, what a pre-stream. This is probably the longest pre-stream I've ever done. Because people just keep cheering, subbing, and tipping. Cheering, subbing, and tipping. I can't... Wow, Big Branchy Beef just did a 100-bit cheer. It says, Phil, I'm happy to help with a tier 3 sub. I've been here since your fan ridicule. Congrats on the advancement through the years. Question, do I have to make a forum account if I become a patron? Not worried about security, just not a forum guy. Sorry for the late reply, working on cosplay while watching. Only, Big Branchy Beef, only if you plan on taking advantage of the things you need forum access for. So, for example, that would be nominating and voting on games for events and posting up questions for Ask the King, the premium questions that you get guaranteed answered. Those you need forum access to. But the other perks, for example, text or verbal thank yous or the private Q&A video, no. For those, you do not need forum access. So those perks, you don't have to worry about it. There you go. And thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it, man. Shortcake did a 100-bit cheer and says, even though the Duke Nukem franchise hasn't been praised as it used to be, I think Paramount and Michael Bay just want to make a copycat Deadpool movie. Well, there you go. And Member Berries just hit me $1. Says, remember when Phil did those Xbox Live message videos where he read all the weird messages and friend requests he received on Xbox 360? I remember. And Captain DCW did a 25-bit cheer and said, let's keep it going. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I'm actually playing Super Mario Sunshine today. I've now been doing, no lie, this has been at least a half-an-hour segment of shoutouts, if not longer. And it just keeps going. It never ends. By the way, I should take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, holy crap. We're up to 532 subscribers. That's the most I've ever had by far. 532 subscribers. That's wild. Thank you very much, guys. We're only 18 away from hitting the 550 sub goal. Can you believe that? We're that freaking close. Now I actually feel positive that we can do it. For whatever reason, like I said, for whatever reason, those month-end events I did last month, the holiday stuff and the fun, for some reason, those subs aren't kicking in as expired yet. They're going to any moment, any day, but we're only 18 away. Could we actually hit the 550? Now I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. I guess we'll see. All right. Things have finally calmed down. Finally. I think we finally have opportunity to try to play the game. Holy shit. Good Lord. This pre-stream's been going on for 1 hour and 14 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating, but that's because 45 minutes have been shoutouts. All right. I'm going to take this opportunity to end the pre-stream, to turn on my Wii, get it set up, because the thing is, it makes a lot of noise, the Wii. Like, it has the dashboard music and everything, and I don't want that playing during pre-stream. So I'll turn it on. We'll get it going here. We'll get it working, and we'll get started with Super Mario Sunshine. Don't worry, guys. If you do still cheer, sub, or tip, I'm still going to give you a shout-out during the game. Keep in mind, Mario has, like, no story, so I can easily be giving shout-outs constantly during this game, okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's get started with Super Mario Sunshine. Thank you for the overwhelmingly positive support. I really do appreciate it. And it is now time to start the playthrough. Here we go.